All right, let's get right to it. It's Tuesday. It's September 24th. 12 weeks. Hard to believe. Hard for me to believe it's been 12 weeks, just about 3 months. If you go by the calendar, at least the way I look at it, it'll be 3 months on October 2nd. But today is 12 weeks from my shoulder surgery. And I got a lot to cover on this update, so I'm going to get right to it. I saw my doctor this morning, Dr. Schaefer, best orthopedic doc west of the Mississippi. How about that? He's good, man. He's good. And he's really happy with how my shoulder's looking and how it's coming along. He says that that bulge on the bicep, it may or it may not even out as time goes on and as I start regaining strength and building that muscle back up again. He say it may or may not change. But he likes my range of motion. He says my strength is good for what it is right now and I'm right on track. And we're going to do 6 more weeks of PT. That's pretty much what I expected because last week I just started with 1-pound dumbbells on all my active range of motion movements from my previous video. So that's my 12-week update from Dr. Schaefer. Here's my functional update, okay? I'm doing a lot more with this arm, but still, the way I explain it is there's a lot more that I can't do than the things that I can do. But little by little, simple things are starting to come back. Everything is still at about below chest level in terms of my functional use of this arm. One example is driving. I really can't use the left arm for steering and driving, but what I can do is I can put my elbow up on the window, which is really cool. I like that. So I can get my arm up here on the window and I can cruise. All right, that's cool. So like I said, little by little things are starting to get better. And now let's go to my PT update. All right. So this week we started phase 2 of the rehab. So the second 6 weeks. What we're doing now is we're starting to very slowly and gradually build strength. So the exercises from my previous video in the gravity minimized position, now we're doing these standing up with gravity resistance, okay? They're still active range of motion, but they're starting to build strength just through gravity. No added weights yet. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through those real quick because there's a couple new ones. But these are going to replace the exercises I was doing on the floor or on the bench. And we're going from there. So we're starting to build strength now. Working through gravity, working range of motion through gravity, and what you'll see is as I'm doing these with both arms bilaterally, it's very obvious the left arm is weak and it's got a long ways to go, but it's really doing good. And I'm going to call this is my rehab 2.0. That's what I'm calling this because now I finally feel like I'm starting to do some things, okay? I know the range of motion is important and I didn't skip over any of that, but in my mind, once you start moving and feeling the muscles working, in my mind now, I actually feel like I'm actually doing something, okay? That's just me. The old washed up meathead that I am, okay? So this is my rehab 2.0 and the next 6 weeks, phase 2, starting to build strength very gradually. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go through these videos, these exercises here, and I'm going to reset and then put them out here for you, just a couple of them. And by the way, I want to talk about my pain real quick. The pain that I'm feeling now is, I call it rehab pain, okay? It's nothing, I mean nothing compared to the pain I had before the surgery. It's still strong at times, but I think the intensity and the sharpness of it doesn't even come close. Before the surgery, it was sharp. It was intense. It was like a knife in the shoulder all the time. That's not there anymore. Now the pain is more what I call rehab pain. It's sore, it aches, and if I push too far beyond my limits, it starts to hurt, but it doesn't compare to what I was living with before. So that's another good thing. All right. Let me show you my exercises now. This is where we are in week 12. and we're going to be building from here into starting to get more strength building. All right, so here's the exercises. Okay, so first we got shoulder flexion, and this is active range of motion, but it's strength building because now I'm going against the full resistance of gravity. And I'm only going to do 5 of each of these because I've already gone through a whole set this morning in PT and I'm still pretty sore from that. So I'm just going to go through a few reps here to show you what I'm doing and what this next phase entails in terms of exercise. So for shoulder flexion, I got to set my shoulders back, I got to set my scap stabilizers, and then it's just bringing the arms up together to horizontal. And this feels fine. The reason I do both together is just to get carryover from the right side to the left, and that's shoulder flexion. Right? Next, in the standing position is scaption, and this one is actually the hardest. It's one that kind of hurts the most too. It aches pretty bad. So scaption is raising the arms out to the side, but forward about 30 degrees from the body in the plane of the scapula. And if I were to turn sideways, it would look like this. This is my arms going in front of my body. And as long as I set my shoulders back, this feels good. If I get loose in my shoulders, that doesn't feel so good. So that's scaption. Okay, next we go to extension, and I'm in a horizontal position, but I'm standing and I'm doing shoulder extension. So it's just down here like this, and the arms are coming straight up behind, and you can definitely see, I'm sure, the difference from my right side to my left. I'm pulling the shoulder blades back, and from the side, it looks like this. And that's extension. After that, we do horizontal abduction, and it's like bent over flies basically, or bent over rear delts. So I come down in a horizontal position and I'm going straight out to the side. Now here's where you can really see how much weaker that left side is. That's about as high as I can lift it. It won't go any higher right now. So that's horizontal abduction. Okay, then what we got here is on the bench, we're doing horizontal adduction, or flies basically, straightforward flies on the bench, or I could do them on the floor, and simple as this. Flies, or horizontal adduction, as we call it in PT world. There we go. All right, and then the last one here is side lying external rotation. Looks like this. On the bench, and just external rotation here, going against gravity. And that's that. So that right now is the beginning of my Rehab 2.0, like I call it. Those feel really good because I'm starting to use the muscles, activate the muscles, and it actually feels like I'm doing work. So after I do all those, I continue with my pulley range of motion and the stick. And I'm going to do a quick video shoot here of my stick range of motion to show the progress from the previous video that I took. I forget how many weeks ago it was, but I'll put that up on the caption and you'll see the improvement in my range of motion. So I'm going to set that up here. That'll be the last thing, and I'm going to go out from here. I'll keep sending updates on the weekly basis maybe, because I think right now we're going to start to see things progressing kind of quick, maybe week by week, and so I'll keep working at it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate that. Any questions or comments, Get me in the comments section on the video here or email, all right? Brian Febre here, saying later.